So I'm going to show you how I made my baby's Kewpie half mayonnaise birthday suit. So there's this trend in Japan that when your baby turns 6 months old, that you dress them in this costume and take a lot of pictures. So these are the items: 2 yellow felts and a red one, measuring tape, scissors, a baby, pen, and cloth glue. So first, what you would do is, what I did was I put my baby on the cream colored felt and trace his general shape to get an idea of how big I want the costume to be. Just as a heads up, when you're doing this project, just make sure that your baby is somewhere safe, because they tend to lend you their little helping hand. So what I'm doing here is using the traced line as a guide. I drew a general mayonnaise bottle shape on the cream colored felt. And here I realized that since the shape is symmetrical, so instead of drawing the whole bottle, what I did was I folded it into half and cut along the lines that I have already drawn. Since I'm using a felt material that is quite thin, it is fairly easy to work with. I didn't face any issue cutting while having it folded. So this is the general shape that we have, and create another identical back piece with the other felt material, and we'll end up with 2 identical pieces, the front piece and the back piece. Here I'm marking the areas where the armholes will be. Now we're moving on to the cap. I took the red felt and measured the height of the cap to be around 15 centimeters and the width to match the body piece. And then I cut 2 identical pieces of rectangles from the red felt, and this is how it looks like. So what you would do next is put the right sides of the cap and the body together and sew around 1 centimeter from the edge, like this. So here is my sewing machine that I got from Amazon, and I was just trying to see if I got the right stitch before moving on to the actual material. This time is actually the only second time I've worked with a sewing machine ever. And to be honest, I'm quite proud with how it turned out. And I did the same for the other pieces, and this is how it looks like. So what we would do next is to face the 2 pieces right sides together and sew along the lines. What you can see here is me trying to adjust the shape of the bottle to make it slimmer. And here I just stitch both of the sides together. For the areas where I didn't mark with the pen, I took about 1 centimeter from the edge and stitched them down. As for the areas that I did mark with the pen, I just simply stitch on the line. But make sure that you leave the armhole open by not stitching them down. And once you're done, turn it inside out, or technically inside in. And this is how the shape looks like. You've got your main piece done. And for the next step, you need to turn the piece inside out, inside out, and measure and cut a hole for the face. But I kind of made a little mistake here, so you can just ignore what you see on the screen, and I'll explain to you at the end of the video. Next is I cut a straight opening on the back piece so that it would be easier for me to put it on my baby, like so. And we can try on our baby. He seems comfortable, so that's good. And this is how it looks like. And now we're moving on to the label or the embellishment of the costume. So what I did was I printed the pattern and letters and cut them and lay them on the red felt. And I cut the red felt according to the shapes. And I lay them on the front piece like so. And after I'm pleased with how the placements are, I took the cloth glue and I just started to lay them down and glue them down like so. If you notice, I didn't cut out the numbers at this point because I wanted to wait until the actual photo shoot day to get his actual weight on the costume. So if you made any mistake at this process, you can always use a Q-tip or cotton bud to clean up all the edges where it is messy. And you just finish up with all the label. And this is the final outcome. I think it turned out great. He looks very cute in it. However, I made a mistake of tracing his hand when his hand was downwards. So I should have made a bigger hole so he can wiggle around. As for the face, I started with too big of a hole, so make sure you start small. I hope you enjoy this project. Bye!